Why don't you have a wife?
Well, how do you know I don't?
Do you have a wife?
Well, no.
So why don't you have a wife?
Her turn.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Bluey asked the hard questions.
Are you okay? Yeah, I will be.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most difficult to answer inquiries made by Bluey and her little sister Bingo. These questions put adult characters on the spot and concern topics that are touchy, mature, or just plain weird. In the spirit of this cartoon, what's something silly that you used to believe as a kid? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Is everything in the whole world made of atoms?
Dad?
Yeah, mate?
Is everything in the whole world made of atoms?
Yeah, I think so.
Bingo peppers Bandit with tricky, science-based questions throughout this episode, in which the father Blue Heeler and his two daughters wait for their takeout order. Things take a bit longer than expected, leaving plenty of time for Bingo to inquire about the origins of rocks and the edibility of plants.
Why are some plants food, like lettuce, but other plants aren't food?
She even asks the age-old question, which came first, the chicken or the egg, but with an interesting twist.
Dad?
Yes, mate?
If grown-ups grow from babies, and only grown-ups have babies, who had the first baby?
Later, while her dad is helping her go in the bushes, she decides it's a good time to ask about the molecular makeup of all things. Talk about weird timing. While this might be an easy enough question for scientists, Bandit is decidedly not a scientist. He's an archaeologist. But boy, is he a great dad. That's all we'll say.
It says, flowers may bloom again, but a person never has a chance to be young again.
What does that mean?
Number 9. Will there ever be a time when the weekend is forever?
Well, Crazy Pillow will have to wait for the weekend.
Will there ever be a time when the weekend is forever?
When the rest of the family seems too tired or preoccupied to engage with Bingo, Bandit assures her that they can play over the weekend. In response, the former expresses the desire for a never-ending weekend. Us too, Bingo? Us too.
Like, you could call it a forever weekend.
Like many of the inquiries made in the show, hers doesn't have an easy answer.
It's not about getting to the end, or getting to the weekend, or the forever weekend. It's a musical thing. You're just supposed to dance while the music's being played.
The question involves both defining what transpires on a weekend, do vacations or retirement count? And also maybe some lengthy discussions revolving around political ideologies and labor. Woof. Are we right?
What's today, kiddo?
It's the weekend?
That's right. How many games should we play?
This many.
Whoa. Okay, that's doable.
Number 8. How do you be the best boss?
How do you be the best boss?
Well, I guess you tell everyone what to do, but in the best way.
Ugh, I hate being told what to do.
In one episode, Bluey and Bingo learn about the voting process from their parents. As the family of healers are making their way through the park, Bluey notices the candidates' posters and begins inquiring about the election. Chili explains that constituents should vote for someone not based on their appearance, but rather on the quality of their leadership. Good advice, Mum.
What's voting day?
We have to pick one of these people to be the boss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't pick that one. I don't like his smile.
Pick her, she's got earrings.
You don't vote for someone based on what they look like.
Bluey then asks a question that doesn't have a singular answer, since people have varying and often conflicting opinions about what it takes to be a good boss.
I don't want to. Sorry, Coco, he doesn't want to.
Well, can't you make him?
No.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to, Bluey can't make him. Okay.
Bandit keeps his response pretty vague, and in doing so, leaves more room for the girls to form their own political opinions. Number 7. Am I better than?
But am I better than her on this day?
Bluey, just run your own race.
What does that mean?
While playing on the monkey bars, Bluey asks a series of questions comparing herself to others. In doing this, she pits herself against her little sister Bingo and their next-door neighbor Judo.
Mum, am I better at the monkey bars than Bingo?
Well, you are 2 years older than her, Bluey.
Am I better than Judo?
You're about the same as Judo.
Chili's responses largely involve encouraging Bluey to focus on herself. advice which is informed by her own experiences just after Bluey was born. She learned the importance of running her own race and suggests her daughter does the same.
Oh goodness, that's very early to be sitting. Oh well, it's not a race.
But it was a race. A baby race!
Bluey's queries speak to common insecurities and the tendency to compare oneself to others, something many of us struggle with even as adults. Chili's guidance is a reminder that comparison is the thief of joy, and that it's always better to focus on self-improvement.
You must have learned a thing or two.
I have. And there's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Number 6. Where was I before I was born?
Where was I before I was born?
Yeesh. Ask me another one.
Can I drive the car?
Oh, that's easy. No.
Why?
You can't reach the pedals.
Oh, yeah.
Growing up, how many of us heard our parents say they knew everything? Well, Bandit puts on this very same display of overconfidence and invites his daughter to ask him anything.
Dad, do you know everything?
Yep. Bingo! Here, girl!
Prove it.
Okay. Bingo's about to run in and ask me where we're going.
Where are we going?
Bluey puts him to the test all right. Her question hits a topic that's not easily explained to children. It touches on pregnancy and even spirituality in some aspect. Instead of attempting to answer the challenging inquiry, Bandit passes on it. His response is pretty funny and entirely too relatable for parents. Knowing the answer to a child's question is one thing, knowing how to explain in terms appropriate for them is another.
And I don't know everything either. I was just being silly.
So you don't know where I was before I was born?
Nah.
Oh.
You'll have to figure that out for yourself.
Number 5. Is true love not forever?
Is true love not forever?
It is. I thought it was.
In this episode, Bluey and Bingo hit their 2 babysitters with a whole Q&A session. They asked their Uncle Rad about his marriage status and why they only see him once a year.
Why do we only see you at Christmas?
Because I work on an oil rig.
Is that why you don't have a wife?
Oh, maybe.
Bluey's godmother, Frisky, is asked about why she has so few friends and about her relationship with someone named Bosco.
How many friends have you got?
Oh, 3?
That's not many. Why have you only got 3 friends?
Well,
The latter regretfully reveals that she's no longer in a relationship with Bosco, challenging the girl's belief that true love lasts forever.
Bosco's her true love.
not anymore.
But true love is forever.
Their line of questioning clearly touches a sore spot for Frisky, who seems to still be getting over the breakup. In general, it's a bit of a bummer to inform kids that not all relationships, romantic or otherwise, have a happy ending.
But how can I know for sure it won't happen again?
You can't. But you have to give it a go anyway. Or you'll be stuck in a tower with the stinky dragon forever.
Number 4. How does the baby get in the lady's belly?
Dad,
Yeah?
how does the baby get in the lady's belly?
Oh!
When her mom goes to a baby shower, Bingo is inspired to ask her dad something most parents dread answering.
I don't understand it. Why would you want to watch some stinky baby have a shower?
Dad, that's not what a baby shower is.
Conception and pregnancy are concepts typically considered too mature for children, and Bandit dodges her question by letting go of the wound-up swing Bingo's laying on. It's a pretty hysterical way to avoid the question, and gets a laugh out of all ages.
It's a party for a lady who has a baby in her belly.
Really?
You know that.
Are there presents?
Yeah, but they're all for the baby.
Even so, Disney deemed the exchange too risque to air. It was thus edited out of the version that premiered on Disney Junior and Disney+. Number 3. Who's your favorite child?
Dad, who's your favourite, me or Bingo?
Favourite?
Keeping in mind I can run the fastest. Yeah, but I can whistle.
Bandit sets Bluey straight when she asks who her father's favorite child is. He insists that both of his daughters are his favorite.
Look, kid, parents don't pick favourites.
Why not?
They just don't.
Right answer, Dad. While this is a super taboo topic to begin with, it's definitely not something that should ever be revealed, and Bluey learns this later on in the episode. While on a run to the grocery store, the Blue Healer and his children play a game together. Bluey pretends to be the mom and treats both Bandit and Bingo as her children.
Because she's my favourite.
You mean Snowdrop's really your favourite?
Yes, Snowdrop is my favourite.
Oh, I see.
She playfully shows a preference towards the younger healer and comes to see for herself the harm that comes from parents picking favorites.
Both my children are my favourites.
Number 2. Why can't we just have the things we want?
Why can't she just have the things she wants?
Because it's not meant to be.
Without knowing it, Bluey asks a question that confronts the difficult topic of infertility. She does so during a long overdue visit from Chili's sister Brandy. The girls are given onesies as gifts from their aunt, but unfortunately, the one Bluey likes best doesn't fit her.
Can you make my cheetah onesie fit me?
Sorry, Bluey, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit.
Aw, but I really want the cheetah.
It's not meant to be, kid.
Okay.
Later on, the young blue healer notices her aunt's sadness and asks her mom about it.
Mum, why did Auntie Brandy want to leave? Is she sad? And why have we only seen her once in our lives?
In her response, Chili uses the onesie as an analogy and a euphemism for her sister's inability to have children. She explains that Brandy, just like Bluey, wants something that isn't meant to be.
There's something Auntie Brandy wants more than anything as well. But she can't have it. And there's not really anything anyone can do.
In life, you don't always get what you want. It's a sad topic and a tough lesson, but Chili approaches it with sincerity and gentleness. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Are you sure he won't get better?
Are you sure he won't get better?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Bluey inquires about the permanence of death after she and her father find an injured budgerigar. Despite their efforts, the bird dies after they admit it to a vet clinic. On the way home, Bluey asks Bandit whether or not there's a chance of the budgie recovering. The older blue healer is honest with her in a rather moving exchange.
Dad,
Yes, mate?
I don't want the budgie to have died.
I know. Me neither. But there's nothing we can do. It's out of our hands.
Death is a difficult topic to discuss, and the task of explaining it to children seems intimidating, but Bandit does a great job. In the end, both parents are there to help their daughter process it all, which is about as much as anyone can do in the face of tragedy.
This isn't how you wanted the game to go, is it?
No. That's okay. There's nothing we can do. It's out of our hands.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.